All right. So you're here because you are doing the reteach portion of today's lesson. It's one of our first lessons on multiplication. So let's take a look, and right here I'm going to write, we're working on multiplication. And we're doing it as repeated addition. So multiplication just means adding again and again and again. This symbol right here, like in the number in 3 times 2, if you were to take this and turn it look at that. It's actually addition. So multiplication is just addition over and over and over again. So let's put that back how it was. So let's take something like 3 times 2. Well, 3 times 2 means 3 2 times. There's 3, and there's 3. It kind of is like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The question is, how many total spots do I have? Take a minute to think about it. How many total spots do I have? Well, I can look at it right here. Let's count them up. I've got 1. Oops. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that 3 plus 3 is the same thing as 3 2 times. Here's 1 3, here's 2 3s. So this is like 3 times 2. Cool. So that's what multiplication is. So now let's actually do something with that. Okay, let's move that over and let's work with a similar background. Okay, so now let's take a look at another one. So today what we worked on, and today what you're working on for homework, is you're working on multiplication when you have a word problem. So let's take a word problem like this. Marcia, here's Marcia. Marcia. Here's Marcia. And she's waving hello. Okay, here's Marcia. Marcia had 4 boxes of books. 1, 2, 3, 4. In each box, she had 2 books. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so the question is, how many books does she have? Now, the question is not how many does she have in each box. The question is, how many books does she have all together? So we can do addition. So let's try it out. I've got one number plus another number plus another number plus another number. And that equals the total, which is how many books she has. So let's figure it out. So I know I'm adding 1 box, but there are 2 books in the boxes because the question is about the books. It's about the books. So I've got 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So let's add it up. And I can even count these by ones. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was addition. I know that it equals 8. But now the question is, how can I show this using multiplication. And multiplication just means a simpler way of thinking about and writing repeated addition over and over again. You're adding something. Well, when we're doing multiplication, we're doing some number times another number equals the total. Well, I know that there are 2 in each box. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So I know that it's 2 times something. Well, really, I can just figure out how many boxes are there, or how many groups of 2. So here's 1 group of 2, 2 groups of 2, 3 groups of 2, and 4 groups of 2. So I've got 2 times 4. This 2 stands for, or represents, the number of books in each box. Books in each. And this 4 represents the number of boxes. Together, when I do the multiplication, it gives me the total number, which is 8 still. So great, that's Marcia. Take a minute, make sure that you have got this same kind of multiplication going on for Marcia. All right, you should have it by now. I'm about to turn the page so that we can move on. All right, goodbye to Marcia. Give ourselves this nice background again. All right, so I'm going to give you another problem. So make sure you got some space for it. And you're going to solve this one more independently. So this time, I've got Dion. Here's Dion. And Dion has some bags. So here's a bag. Here's another bag. Here's another bag. Here's another bag. And here's another bag. In each bag, Dion has 4 apples. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now the challenge that I have for you is I want you to figure out how can we show this using addition and how can we show it using multiplication. Now, when you use multiplication, I always got to think about spelling that word. Now, when you use multiplication, you know that you've got some number times another number equals the total. But with addition, you have to figure out how many parts you're adding. So here we've got a bunch of parts. And the question is, what are you adding? What we want to know is how many apples. That's our target question. And we know how many bags there are and how many apples are in each bag. So go ahead and give it a try. I want you to figure out what it is for addition. Pause the video, see what you can do on your own. Oh, hey, you're back. All right, so let's take a look through it and let me walk you through the solution. So I know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags. So each one of these I'm going to add. I've got 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. So I'm going to make 4 spaces. 5 spaces, sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know that I'm adding them. So I've got 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Okay, so I know 4 and 4, this makes 8. You know, 4 and 4 here makes 8. And, oh, whoops, that didn't make sense. And I know this 4 and 4 makes 8. So together, 8 is a double. I know that equals 16. Or I could just count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Either way, I know that it's 20. So now the question is, how can I show this using multiplication? Well, I've got some number times some other number. Well, I know that each one of these is a group of 5. So this is the group. How many groups do I have? The question is, how many groups do I have? I have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups. Same way I have 1 4, 2 4, 3 4s, 4 4s, and 5 4s. So 5. Let's make that a different color so it's easier to see. So 5. 5 times something. So the question is, how many are in each group? So I'm going to write number in each group. Okay, well, I know there's 1, 2, 3, 4 there, 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 and 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So I'm thinking it's 5 times 4. And I know that altogether that gives me 20. So I know that Dion has 20 apples. There we go. Dion looking extra excited, got all those apples. All right, so now you can move on and you're going to go ahead to work on